So I've had enough time to formulate a first impressions kind of thing about Call of Duty Ghosts. More or less, I have stuck to the multiplayer, so there'll be an individual review for the campaign and extinction mode, but please note I've rented the game, so I haven't been able to play campaign yet. So, the multiplayer. With every Call of Duty that is released, there's always problems with the multiplayer. Namely, my biggest problem with almost every Call of Duty in the beginning is always the fact that the spawns will screw you over. You get screwed so bad by spawns. I don't know how many times in a game I'll spawn in, and there'll be someone right in front of me or right behind me shooting me instantly. It's kind of like, why did you bother respawning me in? Instead, just give me 2 deaths and spawn me across the map. But then again, that leads into my next point. The new Call of Duty multiplayer is kind of larger than its predecessor. In fact, it's extremely larger. Even the smaller maps are quite big and have a lot of stuff crammed into them versus their older map stylings. For example, you might spawn in literally across the map and you might have to walk. It's very similar to Battlefield 4 and 3 in regards to you need to walk across half a mile to find anyone to kill again. It's a little bit of an issue and a little bit of a problem, but not anything to really trip about. Just a minute gripe and complaint. The next thing I would like to address is the fact that you no longer have just one character, but a squad and roster of characters. Each character can have their own weapon setups and stuff like that, and each character can individually prestige. So, yeah, whatever. I guess if you want to prestige each character one time, that's how you get 10th prestige, but again, questionable on why you would want to do that. It's not really a major issue, but when you start your squad, you do have access to perks that you otherwise might not be able to unlock, which kind of offsets the game also. The fact that you can also purchase every weapon in the game at about level 5, depending on your squad points, really throws the game off too. Did I mention weapons? How about the OP MSDS? I think that's what it's called. It's a burst type of gun. 1 shot, 1 kill if you get them dead on. 2 shots, 1 kill if you miss a little bit. Of course, you know, there are times where it doesn't instantly kill, but more or less it is a 1 shot, 1 kill. It's really, really crappy. Kind of really kills the game, and I'm using it right now before it gets patched because I'm quite sure it's going to get patched and nerfed. It's a big issue and a problem. The next thing I would like to address is that it always feels like someone's behind you. In this Call of Duty, the gunplay has been boiled down to who sees who first, really. It's the fact of the matter is, are you looking at the right direction? There are many times where I'll look the wrong direction because the maps are so big I can't figure out where the enemy's coming from. And then I get shot in the back. Not saying that it isn't idiotic to run out in the open, but the fact that you can hug the wall and still have the fact that you can still hug the wall wow. The fact that you can still hug the okay. 3, 2, 1. The fact that you can still hug the wall and still have people coming up behind you is a big problem. On top of that, in huge open areas with so much cover, people could be anywhere, so it's really hard to peg where people will be hiding at. And that is a double-edged sword. It's good in the fact that the game is not completely one-sided and flat, and it's also bad in the fact that you might die a lot. There's still the support and assault classes that allow you to get your kill streaks up, depending on the type of person you are, but your squad points take the place of how you unlock stuff, and you have a certain number of slots in each player, which will change around how many perks you are allowed to use, plus your weapon setup. I personally use a silenced weapon with a scope on it and the IED, along with several perks. That's just what I use. I use scavenger so that I don't need a secondary weapon. I feel that most secondary weapons on this game are pretty useless. Since they've taken out most air support, or the need for air support, there's really no reason to use the perk Blind Eye or get a Stinger, and basically they took out the Stinger also, so it's kind of lame that you can't shoot down so many birds anymore. Overall, my experience with Call of Duty Ghosts is alright so far. There have been times where I've been pulling out my hair and not really too happy with the game, but there's also been times where I've done fairly well, and it's not as if I'm the worst Call of Duty player in the world. You could consider me to be pretty bad, and I'm going to accept that title without question, but to say the least, I do a lot better than some people. I still get plus kills, 2.0 K to D ratio, whatever you want to feel that justifies you being good at a video game. I'm just decent at the game, so it's not necessarily the fact that I have no idea what the I'm doing, but moreover an adjustment to a new style of Call of Duty. Also, Call of Duty's Ghost is going to have a sequel, they've stated, and it's going to be releasing in 2014. I'm not entirely sure if that's going to be this sequel or just a different one, but either way you slice it, there's going to be a sequel to this Call of Duty game. So guys, tell me, if you've played Call of Duty Ghosts multiplayer, please tell me how you feel about it in the comment section below. Do you feel that just people constantly get the drop on you? Do you feel that there's a latency in the connection and the other person has somehow got a second or two over on you? Or do you feel that this is the most balanced and best multiplayer to date? Please leave your comments in the section below, because I really would love to hear them. And if you haven't already clicked the like button, feel free to click it if you're signed in, because clicking it really makes my day. So once again, guys, thanks for watching, and of course, I'm Proto Mario, and I am signing out. Good gaming, and God bless. I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. And now, time for a service announcement from the Maverick Army. Tired of the norm? Is it time for a revolution? Join the rebellion and become a Maverick today by subscribing to Proto Mario. Remember, together we can create a new world order of gaming. Mavericks unite.